Renowned Bassist Concord Nkabinde, Percussionist David Klassen, jazz artist Nomfumdo Xaluva, saxophonist Mark Fransman, and poet Bulelwa Basse on one stage. Well, you don't have to, because Nkabinde has come up with a concept that brings all these creatives together on one stage while celebrating the life of South African icon Nelson Mandela at the same time. The concert is titled Nelson Mandela, The Song Lives On, and marries the well-known sound of Madiba's voice and live music while include their spoken word. Nkabinde joins us now to tell us more about Nelson Mandela, The Song Lives On, and their upcoming event in Stellenbosch. Good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome to Morning Live. How are you doing?
I'm good. Nice to see you outside of Instagram.
Let's talk about this. Nelson Mandela, The Song Lives On.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind a concept like this?
It's the words. The project focuses on
All right,
the words.
I'm going to pause you there for a moment so we can fix, the gremlins are awake, so we're going to try and fix that. But as Concord is going to continue with this conversation, let's give you the graphics of who is there. David Klassen, as I mentioned, there you have it there. Nomfumdo Xaluva as well there. All right, we're going to continue our conversation. Let's talk about that. Nelson Mandela, The Song Lives On. Where is this concept come from?
Okay, the idea was to focus on the words that are said as an inspiration. As we know, his words inspired many people. Mm-hmm. And we felt it's words that we need to keep hearing. Yeah. Because they also serve as a barometer, if you will, to check if we are making progress or not. Mm. And we all know that of late there's been more and more of the anti-Mandela sentiments because people are feeling that we're not getting to where the promises and the ideals we're supposed to be. So we want to keep saying these words, keep hearing them, and also hear them in new spaces. Yeah. So we decided to put them on stage. So we actually stream his voice on stage, and you see the visuals of him as well. And then we create music. Yeah. We've written new songs, but we've also rearranged existing songs that go with the message that left us with. Yeah.
Let's talk about all these creatives that you've decided to bring in. I mean, David Klassen, Mark Fransman, Nomfumdo Xaluva. How did you even come about with this, bringing all these creatives?
Well, David and I started the project because we had been talking a lot about doing something together. Mm. So when this idea came to me, I spoke to him about it. And then I looked in the industry at the people that I've worked with before, artists with substance, I believe, and artists who are really good at what they do. So I approached all of them, and each of those musicians were very excited about it. It wasn't a question of, let me go and think about it. And looking back now, I'm really happy that the five of us came together to do this because work that we've done in the past somehow ties into this. Yeah. And I think of late I'm finding more and more artists are looking for more for more than just music. So we're looking for purpose. We're looking for long-term in the things that we do as artists.
But why combine all these different elements? Spoken word, the sounds of Madiba as well. Why would this concept sort of work?
I guess because we're working with words and music. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was also important that we also invite someone like Bulelwa Basse, who's a great spoken word artist. So she can also bring in her own self into the space. And she's added a lot of depth into the project. Nomfumdo, as you may know, is a researcher. So she's more than just an artist. And we need that we want to dig deeper into what the artists are doing. And it's worked out beautifully.
Let's talk about what's going on in Stellenbosch. What's going to happen? What can people who are listening to this conversation but sort of can't imagine it, how is it going to work out on stage? What's going to happen in Stellenbosch?
Well, imagine sitting in the audience. It's an outdoor open-air event. And as the sun sets, because the concert starts at 6:30, you hear Madiba's voice being streamed, and especially if you just close your eyes and take in that message. But it is set in the midst of improvisation in terms of music and voices that are punctuating what he is saying. And we did a concert last year in Stellenbosch as well, and the feedback we got was that people were drawn to these messages like they've never heard them before. And that's the whole idea, that Madiba's words and message sometimes just becomes a wallpaper. People hear it and like, oh, Madiba. But we really want to focus onto the words and engage with the words in order to mark a way forward as a nation.
All right, let's give people details before I let you go.
Okay.
What time, where, dates?
The concert is next week, Sunday, the 22nd, at the Ode Libertas Amphitheatre in Stellenbosch. And tickets are available at CompuTicket. If people want more details, they can come to my Facebook page, Twitter or Instagram, Concord Nkabinde, or they can go to the Ode Libertas Amphitheatre Facebook page. Or you can just follow our hashtag, which is Mandela Song Lives On.
All right, Concord, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Always a
having me.
pleasure having you on the program. Renowned bassist, arranger and composer Concord Nkabinde speaking to us about his latest project, and it is titled Nelson Mandela, The Song Lives On, in which a public concert that marries a well-known sound of Madiba's voice, live music and a spoken word. And we've spoken about the next performance. It is on the 22nd of January in Stellenbosch, and the hashtag there, we had it for you a little earlier on the program.